Well, it is exactly 1 minute to the top of the hour here on Lookuptv. Many thanks for making time to be with us. I do believe you had a wonderful day. This is the bottom line on the 26th day of December 2023, but still Boxing Day. Now, this comes on a day that the government, or rather Interior CS Professor Kithure Kindiki, has termed the fight against banditry as a success, insisting that the government has covered at least 70% of the war on banditry in the Northern region, at a time when the government is set to, of course, procure more equipment or more modernized equipment to help those soldiers in the front line. Now, in that particular modernization program, the government is set to use at least 7 billion shillings in the next 5 years to ensure that officers have proper equipment. Now, that among many other stories we've prepared for you, including, of course, the opposition continued onslaught on the Kenya Kwanza administration. First of all, let's have a look at what's making headlines.
Tonight on the bottom line, we have covered at least 70% in the war against bandits, says CS Kindiki, as he promises more modern equipment will be arriving in the country in the next 10 days. In the spirit of Christmas, more than 4,000 children thronged the residence of DP Gachagua in Mathira for the incredible day-long fete. Defying tradition for education. Tonight, we tell you the story of a young girl who was graduated with a degree in economics in Narok despite her father's objections. And what has he been up to? Dr. Miguna speaks to Brian Amwai on the bottom line.
Now, welcome to the program. I am Ian Keitani, and our sign language interpreter is Josephine Oko. Remember, you can watch this particular bulletin live on our Facebook and YouTube pages. That is at Lookuptv. Now, let's begin this bulletin with matters security. And the government has set aside at least 7 billion shillings per year in the modernization of equipment in the fight against banditry. This is according to Interior PS Professor Kithure Kindiki, who termed the fight against banditry as a success, noting that the government has covered at least 70% of the war on banditry.
As the government steps up its efforts in the fight against banditry, officers on the front line are set to receive a major boost. This is after Interior CS Professor Kithure Kindiki noted that the government is set to procure modernized equipments with at least 7 billion shillings to be used per year in the next 5 years in the modernization program.
As we close the year, I am happy to announce that we are almost there. And maybe by the time I make another trip here, you will have seen a lot of changes. I was just telling you seniors here that one of the things that this administration sought to do from the very beginning was to make sure that we modernize the equipment of our officers, because we realized for some time there has not been a good investment in upgrading and modernizing our equipment. The government did approve a 5-year program of modernization of equipment, which is going to spend 37 billion shillings. Initially it was 20 billion, but the government through President RUTO decided to increase that amount.
Kindiki further noted that the first consignment will arrive in the country in the next few days.
The first purchases have been done. They have already been loaded. I have been monitoring the progress of the arrival, and I am happy to report that between 7 and 10 days from today, the first equipment involving APCs, MRAPs, personal protection items, drones or unmanned aerial vehicles, which are armored, and aircraft. The first installment is on the way, and we'll be receiving it at the Port of Mombasa in the next 1 week or at most 10 days.
The CS was speaking on Boxing Day when he shared a meal with officers serving on the front lines at Karanga Joto at the border of Baringo North and Tiaty sub-counties in Baringo County. According to the Interior Minister, the war on bandits is 70% won, with the remaining 30% concentrated in a few areas of Samburu East, Samburu West, Isiolo County and Turkana County. Kindiki, who inspected various projects in the region, lauded officers for the brilliant work done in securing the country, while promising them more support from the national government.
Mimi kazi yangu imekuwa rahisi kwa sababu ya kazi njema ambao mmefanya. Kazi yangu ingekuwa ngumu sana kwa sababu mimi nakuja hapa masaa machache alafu naondoka kwa sababu ya shughuli zingine, na kwa sababu taifa letu ni kubwa siwezi kaa hapa. Nyinyi ndio mmefanya kazi ya kulinda wananchi hapa, kukaa nao hapa, kuwasaidia wakati mali yao imeibiwa na wakora, kufuata wale mifugo ambao wameibiwa na kuwapokeza wenyewe hiyo mifugo wakati imepatikana. I want to congratulate you. I want to tell you on behalf of the government of Kenya, on behalf of President RUTO, we appreciate what you're doing and under very difficult circumstances. Yes.
Ian Keitane, Lookuptv.
Now, azimio leader Raila Odinga now wants President William Ruto not to use the dollar as an excuse to the rise in the cost of living. Odinga wants the president to listen to the cry of Kenyans and keep his promises. The former prime minister said moving forward he will employ a different method to pass his message to the government.
Tunataka gharama ya maisha irudi chini. Anasema hii gharama ya maisha ni sababu ya mambo ya kutoka ngambo, si bei imeenda huko juu nje imeenda juu sana, ndio sababu yeye hawezi kufanya chochote. Lakini niambie nyinyi, mwezi hii iliyopita bei ya mafuta katika soko ya ulimwengu imerudi chini na 45%. 45% bei imerudi chini. Lakini hiyo sasa hapa hii mjapona hii manufaa yake, yeye amekataa kurudisha, anarudisha shilingi 2, shilingi 5, sijui nini. Inatakikana sasa bei ya mafuta irudi chini kwa shilingi 50 kwa lita. Na ushuru hapa, ushuru hapa, ushuru hapa, ndio mkamuita yeye bwana Sakayo. Sasa bwana Sakayo unapigwa hata ushuru ya nyumba ambayo wewe utajua hiyo itajengwa siku gani, itajengwa wapi.
On to a very bizarre incident, and 9 oxygen cylinders worth over 270,000 Kenya shillings were stolen at Siaya County Referral Hospital. Police in Siaya County have launched investigations into an incident where suspected thugs broke into the store at Siaya County Referral Hospital and stole 9 gas cylinders. Now, oxygen cylinders, beg your pardon. According to the police commander, Cleti Kimayo, it was reported by the officer in charge of the hospital's maintenance unit, that is Joseph Odunga, that they discovered the incident early in the morning. And to matters festivities and ours, Kenya joins the world in marking the festive season. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and his wife, Pastor Dorcas Rigathi, engaged hundreds of children in merry celebrations at his home in Mathira constituency, Nyeri County. Gachagua and Dorcas allowed a jovial festivity made to rent the air as they took the children through a set of sports. The second-in-command, speaking after the event, assured Kenyans that President William Ruto will continue investing in the younger generation to guarantee them a secure future. Henry Tende with more.
The home of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua in Mathira, Nyeri County was momentarily turned into some sort of a national park full of children on a celebration camp. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and his wife Pastor Dorcas Rigathi on this day brought together hundreds of children from across Nyeri to share and partake in the Christmas celebrations. The day was dotted with pomp and color, cheers as Rigathi and his children engaged in all sports. Children enjoyed face painting. You definitely love Riggy G on this car. Sliding games, bouncing castles, then the children were treated to a sumptuous meal. An elated deputy president says children and the young generation in entirety are at the heart of President William Ruto and that he will continue investing in their future to guarantee them a good life.
President William Ruto and I have gone out of our way to secure the future of our children, because this generation is Kenya. Our Kenya is our young people. And that is why when we came to office, the president appointed the Presidential Working Party on educational reforms to reform CBC and other education programs.
Pastor Dorcas on her part used this occasion to wish Kenyans, parents and their children a Merry Christmas, urging caution while celebrating to avoid unexpected eventualities.
Ninajua nyinyi Mungu atawabariki mukiwa huko nyumbani, muwe na Krismasi jema, muombe na muhakikishe amuendi kufanya mambo ambaye inaweza dhuru nyinyi, na I wish a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you, God bless Kenya, and God bless our children.
Christmas celebrations are honored by Christians around the globe and are usually marked by charity initiatives and families gatherings to share the happiness of the birth of Jesus Christ. Henry Tende, Lookuptv.
On to matters health now, and on to matters health and in the heart. No, matters education, beg your pardon. In the heart of Narok County's Itong village, where tradition has long dictated the educational paths of young girls, a 23-year-old named Doreen has defied cultural norms to break history. Now, breaking free from the shackles of pastoralist communities that traditionally withholds educational opportunities from female children, Doreen has become the first girl from a polygamous family of 7 to graduate with a degree in economics and finance from Kenyatta University.
The Maasai elders, steeped in tradition, have long held the belief that educating a girl brings no tangible benefits to the family. The prevailing mindset dictates that once married, the education acquired by the girl will only benefit her and her husband, not her immediate family, especially her father.
My father was not in a didn't like to educate girls at home, so my mother fought for me to go to school. Alinipeleka shule wa kwanza, akaningangania, though hakuwa na pesa, though hakuwa na biashara, but alinisaidia, akanishika mkono, akaniweka shule peke yake, because my dad hakuwa anataka hiyo kusomeshwa kwa wasichana. Other elder sisters, lakini wao waliolewa mapema juu babangu hakuwa anataka hiyo story ya kusomesha wasichana.
The situation is further escalated by the prevalence of polygamy in the Maasai community, where the male child is often considered more important than the female child. These cultural norms forces young girls into early marriages, regardless of their aspiration and potential for a brighter future.
Kwetu sisi tuko babangu akona bibi watatu. My mom is the first one, and kuna wengine.
However, in the quiet village of Itong, Doreen's journey stands a testament to resilience and determination. She has shattered the glass ceiling, becoming a trailblazer, not only for her family, but for the entire community.
Nimemaliza Kenyatta University with a degree in economics and finance, and I am the first girl in our family to come up with a degree.
Doreen's pursuit of higher learning was met with skepticism and resistance. Yet against all the odds, she pressed on, fueled by an underlying desire for knowledge and vision for a different future. Through the support of the Pastoralist Child Foundation, an organization dedicated to empowering in the Maasai community, Doreen received educational support need to defy the odds.
For Pastoralist Child Foundation, we are so exciting to see our girls achieve their goals.
As Doreen proudly holds her degree, her story is one trump over cultural barriers, a beacon of hope for a community where educational opportunities for girls are changing. As the sun sets over Itong village, the promise of a brighter future shines. And thanks to the resilience of a young girl who dared to dream. Catherine Saina, Lookuptv.
On to matters of health now, and a group of riders in the country have launched an initiative to tackle misconceptions surrounding arthritis and also establish an arthritis clinic in Likuyani, Kakamega County, as Western is identified as a high-risk area due to its cold climate. The group, dubbed Ambassadors of Arthritis Advocacy, embarked on a multi-city ride across the country, with the ride kicking off in Mombasa on Sunday, spanning through Ukambani, Nairobi, Nakuru, Eldoret, Kitale, Kakamega, and ending in Kisumu.
As a way of reducing arthritis stigmatization in Kakamega County, a group of riders have launched an initiative to end misconceptions about arthritis. Elizabeth Okoth, a public health specialist and a director of Hotel Illusions, says arthritis characterized by inflammation of the joints is not limited to any specific age group, challenging the common misconception that it only affects the elderly.
Arthritis can also affect other body organs. Like rheumatoid inaweza affect hata the heart, hata the lungs, hata the kidneys, but also the spine. And then ukiona most of us here who are also supporting our mothers in one way or the other, the people we loved, are also affected by arthritis. Unaona kama senior superintendent, director wa polisi yako hapa, he's here also. The mother is affected. So we really want this word to be outside there to create awareness, because people talk a lot about other diseases, HIV na nini, lakini watu wengi hawajui about arthritis. Now many people are getting disabled, wengine have to go for spinal surgeries due to arthritis. So we want to do much about it ndio iende until we cascade it the whole of Kenya.
Omori Michael, a representative from the Pro-Josephina Arthritis Center, outlined that the key objective for their efforts is raising awareness about arthritis.
And we are doing this right for 3 reasons. 1, creating awareness for arthritis. 2, raising funds to put up a medical facility for arthritis center. And 3, to make our people healthy.
Moses Ogoro further added that the main aim of their efforts is to generate funds to establish medical facilities for arthritis care and forming partnerships with counties such as Uasin Gishu, Trans Nzoia, Kakamega and Kisumu.
Tunataka kujaribu kuelimisha jamii kwamba ugonjwa wa arthritis si uchawi. Ugonjwa wa arthritis ni ugonjwa kama ugonjwa zingine na inaweza tibika na tunaweza imudu.
Bikadenyi, Lookuptv.
Roma Center is one of the busiest centers along the West Pokot and Turkana counties border, where mining of gold is the order of the day, but very risky for locals due to insecurity. For the past 6 months, more than 10 people have lost their lives in these gold mines, where they have been ambushed either while mining, supplying water to the gold mines, or even being attacked while on their way to Romas by suspected bandits and cattle rustlers who hide in the forest and wait for anyone trying to make their way to the center.
Imekuwa mbaya mpaka tumejikuta tuko sehemu hii, lakini sehemu hii kwa kitega uchumi kuna vikwazo mingi ile inatusumbua hapa. Ya kwanza ni insecurity. Insecurity, majirani yetu wanatushambulia kila wakati. Kuna gari hapa juu imepigwa risasi zaidi ya 52, cabin ya gari moja, cabin ya gari inapigwa risasi ya 52. Ni kitu ya kushangaza sana. Kwa hivyo serikali, tafadhali, hii insecurity tafadhali jaribuni, kwa sababu mko na means yote, mko na arms zote, inaweza kukabi insecurity ya area hii. Shida ya pili ni maji. Hii kazi tunafanya ni kazi ya kuchuma dhahabu, na ndugu ya dhahabu ni maji, na maji hapa ni tatizo zaidi. Kupata maji hapa ni shida. Tafadhali, kikwazo ile tuko naye ni 2. Hiyo 2 tunaomba serikali mtu tatulie tafadhali, kama inawezekana, kwa sababu tumetoka mbali kuja hapa. Hii ni pati moja ya sisi kuinua uchumi ya nchi na uchumi ya jamii. So jamii bila mimi haitakuwa, na mimi bila serikali haitakuwa. Kwa hivyo tafadhali tunaomba.
Umesema kwamba wewe umetoka mbali sana hapa. Do you people have support from the local community?
Yes, we have. Tuko na support kwa local community. Support ya local community mzuri, wana cooperate na sisi, wanakaa na sisi mzuri, tunashirikiana. Hakuna siku mwingine ashapitana na mwingine. Unajua ukikaa na jamii nyingine pia usionyeshe mbele yako. Unajua ukienda Roma unasema kaa vile Roma wanavyokaa. Sasa sisi na hii jamii tuko kwa mila yao. hatudharauliani na tunakaa mzuri ndugu yangu. Ile kitu muhimu ni demarcation ya boundary. Kila mtu ajue boundary yake inafika wapi. Kwa sababu mimi sijui boundary yangu iko wapi, ndugu yangu ajue boundary yake iko wapi, inaleta conflict. So hii ni operation zone, operation area. Operation area, the most important thing ni demarcation, ni kujenga ni kila mtu ajue boundary yake iko wapi. Hiyo italeta usalama.
Well, that particular story takes us to our first breather. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Coming up on the program, what's his take on the state of affairs? How far is he in the pursuit of justice? Miguna is on the bottom line tonight.
What about mambo fantastic if not scholastic? Chota kuchota na Hatia Supermarket imerudi. Ukifanya tu shopping ya shilingi 1000, wewe unaingia kwa promotion ya chota kuchota na Hatia Supermarket. Watu wanaendelea kushinda ndani ya Hatia Supermarket. Mwana tata kitoko. Wewe na umeshinda
nini? Yote. Hamsa. Karibu
ndani ya Hatia Supermarket uweze